This chapter is designed to help you to understand Weatherside cladding. We will be talking about its history, issues associated, practical performance, and ways for solving its defects. Most importantly, how to tell if one cladding is Weatherside. Stay tuned. Most people, especially old generations, knew something bad about Weatherside. As stated on Settled.govt.nz website, it can be swelling or breaking down easily, and the only permanent way for solving its issue is replacement. We will see whether that statement is true. What is a Weatherside? It's a brand of weatherboard product made locally in the country mainly during 70s and early 80s. Similar products were also imported from United States and Australia at the same time while they were being made locally. Generally, similar product used to be called wood composite siding, hardboard, high-density fibre board, or medium-density fibre board. In this video, when we say Weatherside, we mean similar products, regardless of its origin and manufacture. Here is a little bit of history about Weatherside or similar products. New Zealand started to produce Weatherside from as early as 1965. Former Housing New Zealand started to complain about the product from 1979. Filleted started to investigate some complaints regarding Weatherside during 1986. That's when the effects of Weatherside become publicly known. Filleted had done some further investigations regarding Weatherside defects at 1992. The government started to officially criticize Weatherside from the end of 1986. Shortly after that, the product was withdrawn from a local market. It's sometimes hard to tell the difference between Hardieplank and the Weatherside even by a professional inspector. But they are different in many ways. Let's have a look how they differ. Hardieplank is a product name produced by James Hardie. It's a 7.5 mm thick fibre cement weatherboard with flat surface at different width. I believe this name is no longer used by James Hardie for New Zealand market for various reasons, but we still call it Hardieplank just for making things simple. The most sensible comments regarding the differences between Hardieplank and the Weatherside I have found so far are from a Property Magic. Number 1, thickness. Number 2, type of jointers. Number 3, flush nails or protruding nails. Number 4, brown or light grey color. Let's have a look at those differences one by one. The greenish colored board here is a fibre cement weatherboard recently put up for replacing a deteriorated Weatherside. Detailed people be able to see the thickness difference, though 2 mm differences is not much. Some heavily painted fibre cement weatherboards may get close to 9 mm thick anyway. We can see that flat sockets look slightly loose because thinner fibre cement boards installed. Flat sockets were used for Weatherside in most cases. Some flat sockets are a little bit different from others, possibly because they came from different manufacturers. PVC jointers installed for fibre cement boards in most cases. There are cases when both jointers found on same elevations. It normally means some Weatherside boards were replaced with fibre cement boards. What about when there's nothing on the joint? Not 100% sure, but normally be another type of hardboard similar to Weatherside, or somebody install Weatherside simply without jointers. Here is a case when both fibre cement boards and the Weatherside found on each side of the PVC jointer. See the rotten part on left side, which is a typical sign of Weatherside breaking down. This side is actually butting to the PVC jointer rather than slotted into the jointer simply because it's too thick for a jointer designed for Hardieplank. Flush nails for Weatherside, protruding nails for fibre cement boards. True for most situations. But sometimes can be confusing. Many nails on Weatherside can be protruding as well. See photo shows Weatherside with protruding nails. And have a look at that. Protruding and flush nails all found on same board. Weatherside got brown color if you can see damaged area. But try not to make deliberate damages just to prove its color. Hardieplank got light grey color as long as the damaged area is not painted over. But again, do not deliberately break the board simply for proving its color. There are a few other features make Weatherside differ from a Hardieplank. Let's have a look. Most notable difference, Hardieplank got a chamfered, or so-called Bevelled edge, but Weatherside got a Filleted, or you can call it round edge. Here's one example shows Hardieplank edge. Here's another example shows Hardieplank edge. Here's one example shows Weatherside edge rounded. Here's another example shows Weatherside edge. Here is an example when two types of edges found on the same elevation. Another difference: Weatherside will rot or break down when not looked after, but does not crack normally. On the other hand, Hardieplank often cracks, but does not rot. When Weatherside rots, it becomes soft and soggy. But when Hardieplank cracks, it remains hard even when broken into pieces. Weatherside damage is mainly found along bottom course, but Hardieplank damages can be found anywhere. Another difference is the way to repair. Damages for fibre cement weatherboard mainly get painted over or sealed with sealants, but damage for Weatherside are normally getting repaired with fillets or plaster before repainting. When you get a chance to see the back of the boards, they are quite different. Weatherside is a light pink, but Hardieplank is light grey. Experienced people can also easily tell the tapping sound difference between Hardieplank and the Weatherside. We'll give you a few scenarios when things can get tough. When Weatherside is totally covered by brick texture fibre cement overlay, you may need a building inspector to find out if that is the case. Once cladding overlay is removed, you will likely need a recladding for the house if Weatherside behind cladding overlay. Sometimes the Weatherside is covered by PVC overlay. Inspectors need to be really careful to avoid negligence. Another hardboard or wood fibre board product which called Weatherside by some people, made with the same wood fibre but performed much poorer than Weatherside. They pretty much look like fibre cement sheets when well painted and in good order. Most Weatherside boards we have seen today are in good order, even though most of them are more than 40 years old and well exceeded their required service life. But there's still some badly damaged Weatherside planks can be seen from time to time. So, what makes their performance so different? Branz has done one study at 1999, which quite well explained. Here is the Branz conclusion and recommendations. Quality of hardboards varied from different manufacturers. Key for ongoing performance: good initial coating system, regular cleaning, and recoating at recommended intervals. We will talk about replacement cost in details in other chapters. Now have a look at 2 real cases just to get some rough ideas. Case 1, 95 square meter house. Weatherside replaced with Palisade PVC weatherboards. $6,000 for removal of Weatherside and installing some new wall insulation and building wrap. $14,000 for supply and install PVC weatherboards. $20,000 in total. Another case, a large house, $40,000 in total. Weatherside replaced with Hardieplank, replacing some bracings, small amount of rotten frame, retrofitting wall insulation and the installation of some security wires. You can always repair or replace boards which are damaged if you need to. Total replacement in most cases is simply because of stigma issue rather than weather tightness issue.